Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So, I know I've talked about this in a lot of my videos the last couple of weeks, but the free agency period for summer split for the rosters to be changing between the spring and summer split is supposed to be starting today from everything that I've heard previously. So I was kind of expecting some big stories to be coming out today, a lot of rosters to be finalized, getting official announcements about a lot of teams rosters and everything. But I'm hearing more and more that maybe it doesn't start until later today, like 5 p.m. Pacific time. I think that's how the real offseason starts, like before spring split and stuff. So I maybe had a little too high expectations for this morning, but I expect a lot of stuff will come out later tonight, and maybe tomorrow will be a big day as far as finalizing a lot of these rosters and moves, and then getting just a better idea of where the LEC, the LCS, everything is, and then we can start making predictions for the summer split and all that fun stuff. But today we didn't get an official announcement, but we kind of did, coming from Jankos and his stream, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. But before we get into that, I just want to mention real quick, if you guys have not already, please take a second and smash that like button. I would appreciate it so much. It really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm so much. Getting in good standing with that algorithm can absolutely make or break your channel, so helping me out with that would be great. Also, subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content so you guys don't miss out on anything we've got going on in the future. We just had a ton of coverage for MSI. Now we're pivoting to off-season rumor, speculation, news and stuff, and then real quickly we'll be getting into summer split and all the craziness that has in store. So it's gonna be a ton of fun. But with that being said, here we go. So this was more than a month ago at this point, April 20th, 2021, where Bloop and a lot of other people, I think Wooloo probably tweeted about it too. We heard from a lot of different names that sources were saying, just a rumor obviously at this point, that G2 will sign Nelson SNG as their new strategic coach to reinforce their coaching staff for the 2021 LEC summer split. Nelson received some other offers from LEC teams looking to reinforce their staff for this upcoming split, but he chose G2. So that was really cool. That was exciting to hear for a lot of people. Nelson is a guy that is really respected in the community. He's thought of really highly, and obviously if he was sought after by a ton of other teams, it seems like he is a pretty valuable asset, and G2 would be lucky to have him. But again, this was so long ago, and with the free agency period not starting until the 24th, nothing being official yet, we still kind of had to wait and see what could happen. Also, a lot of people were saying, oh, does this mean Grabs is gone? What's going on? Is he the new coach? What exactly is going on? Then Bloop did, kind of clarify later that he said he imagined this is not necessary to clarify, but he clarified anyway, that this is an addition, not a replacement to anyone from the G2 staff. So Nelson is just coming in to help some things out, which makes a ton of sense after G2's last split. It was disappointing. It was lackluster. It was not what anyone expected. It was not what fans, the team, players, the org, management, coaching staff, anyone would have wanted. So making some small minor changes, maybe getting a new kind of mind, a new way of thinking, a new voice into the team could be really helpful, could be beneficial. And that's what G2 is hoping and expecting for, just some way to get some better results in the summer. Because yes, they finished third. That will get them to Worlds if they do that again in the summer. But they are a team that is supposed to be not only winning the LEC, but they probably have expectations of dominating the LEC, because they want to go to Worlds and MSI and events like that and win, if not dominate. So the fact that they, ended up getting third in the LEC, kind of flaming out in the playoffs, having a lot of different issues, looking like really not one of the best teams in the world when that is their expectations. That is the bar that they set for themselves. I think this move does make a ton of sense, and again, people are really excited about it. But the clip in question here today, a ton of people have been talking about it, tweeting it out, everything. We're taking a look at the tweet from Leaker Zoo that said, LOL, Jankos confirming Nelson as the new strategic coach. So we will pull up this clip real quick and see what Jankos has to say about this.
Nelson is our strategic coach. Previously, he was coach in LPL. I think Nelson is actually very knowledgeable about League of Legends. I mean, he just brings a different perspective. I really like when a coach is useful. That's why I don't like Grabs. And Nelson seems very useful to me so far. I feel like he brings a different perspective, so I really like what he says. It's not leaked. It was actually... No, wait, what?
So, obviously, that's been blown up because it is a really funny clip. Jankos, always super popular on Twitch, YouTube, everything. His clips are always blown up. But a funny clip where he's like, no, this is already official. And then you just know in his brain, he's like, oh shit, did I just say something I'm not supposed to? Which is hilarious, absolutely funny. But he is obviously making it sound like Nelson has been with G2, working with them for whatever reason. Some people have said maybe he's waiting to get his visa to officially announce what's going on. Maybe they're just waiting for this period to start up, which I assume they'd have to be doing before they announce it. For whatever reason, G2 has not made the official statement and announcement yet. But again, it's all but confirmed. We have super reliable sources like Dot, like Bloop, like all the guys like that in the scene saying that this deal is happening. And again, when we take a look at like Nelson's stuff, there's no G2 branding anywhere. He says free agent Nelson still, so nothing is definitely official yet. They are just, it's probably all but a formality at this point. But some of the stuff that Jankos did say there, I thought was awesome. A different voice, a different perspective. I think, like Jankos says, that can be really awesome to have. I think that is definitely something that G2 needs. And obviously, a guy with some LPL experience, LPL background. We see here he is Singaporean, formerly of ISG, formerly of LNG. He had some splits with Hong Kong Attitude, AFR, and VK. So obviously a couple of splits with LNG over in the LPL. The LPL is an absolutely amazing league. In my opinion, they are the best league, the best region, the best everything in the world right now. Yes, obviously they just won MSI, but even if Damwon would have beat them, that was a crazy close 5-game series. I still think that the top teams in the LPL are better than any other region. I expect them to have the best world results. I think top to bottom, it is the best, most competitive league in the world. I think they have an awesome, fun, exciting playstyle. I think they've really shown some awesome improvements and developments the last couple of years in terms of not only mechanics, fundamentals, all that stuff, but just game knowledge and just the way to play the game and that style. And it breeds an awesome fan base because it is so fun, fast, and exciting to watch. But also, they're getting better and better results at all of these tournaments and everything as well. Which has just been crazy. And yes, I think some of that could definitely come to G2 because for the last couple of years, we've seen G2 be very good, but we have seen their results and everything start to stagnate, maybe start to plateau a little bit. They went from that World Finals, and then all of a sudden, last year they had a World Semifinals, and now this split, all of a sudden, they are not even making it to MSI. So something's going wrong. These players are still absolutely class, absolutely world class, absolutely top tier in the LEC. They're definitely good enough to be winning the LEC. But we see it all the time. It's hard to stay at the top. It's hard to get to the top, but then once you're there, everyone's coming for you. It's easy to get complacent. You have to be good across so many different metas, so many different patches. You have to care about the LEC when you've already won the LEC 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and nobody even cares anymore if you win it or not. And having a new, fresh, hungry voice looking to prove himself, but also looking to just help out. And as Jankos has said, it seems like Nelson is actually really helpful and can provide a lot of benefit and stuff to this team. Now, I hope the other members of G2 feel that way as well, because obviously certain players will connect with certain coaches, different minds, different mindsets and everything. But I hope they at least, even if they don't necessarily agree with Nelson about everything or don't like his style or whatever, they at least hear him out. Obviously, it can be a little bit more difficult to be a new coach in teams that, one, have a ton of veterans like G2 does. Veterans are a little bit more set in their ways. They're a little bit probably less receptive to coaching, feedback, new ideas, new opinions, and everything. But also, two, a team that's been as successful as G2, one of the most, if not the most successful Western team of all time. I'm not saying this about G2, but I could definitely see a world where they don't need to be told what to do or how to win or anything like that. But then again, when you look at the recent results, you see the decline in results overall. And now this team, without Perks was at MSI. Yes, he had kind of a disappointing finish with Cloud9, but at least he was there. This G2 team now has something to prove. They are hungry. They want to prove not only are they better than Rogue and Mad Lions, but that they can compete with teams like Damwon and RNG. And again, I think Grabs is a good coach, and in a lot of ways his philosophy and style fits G2 really well. But again, that doesn't mean it can't get stagnant after a while. That doesn't mean that a new voice, a new mindset coming in to help improve things cannot help. So I am really excited about Nelson. I'm so excited to hear that at least Jankos, and I hope the other G2 players as well, are excited about this guy as well. And I think it will be really fun and awesome. Obviously, we have a ton of other accounts tweeting about this stuff as well. On stream, Jankos confirmed Nelson is a new strategic coach. And, there is just a ton of positive comments about this guy. G2 big smurfing it in summer. On the Bloop tweet, a ton of positive feedback as well. It does seem like this guy is just so well respected and so hype. He hasn't had, again, necessarily the best results with some of the teams, like LNG and the LPL. They didn't have a ton of crazy results or anything like that. But he wasn't coaching like super talented teams or teams that were necessarily supposed to do a lot either. So this, I think, will be a good gauge of maybe just where Nelson is in terms of being a coach and everything as well, because obviously G2 is a very talented team, probably the most talented team he's ever had, a team with the highest expectations that he's ever been able to have, players with the most potential and everything. And if you're a great coach combined with a great team, that's when you can see magical things. That's where you can see these big explosions in terms of growth and development and just overall gameplay for your team and everything. So if Nelson is as good as advertised, this could be an absolutely huge move for G2. You know, everyone saying very big for G2, and there's just tons of positive comments and stuff. And I've seen that. I know when I posted a video about this previously when this stuff came out that it had a ton of awesome positive comments as well. And again, even if nothing changed, if G2 ran back everything from last split, they would still be my favorites for the summer split. They are still a very talented team top to bottom. They know how to win. And I think G2 is going to come into the summer split very hungry, very motivated, ready to prove that they are once again the best team in Europe. I'm sure sitting at home at MSI was not fun. I'm sure they hated it. And all in all, G2 still had a very good split. They finished as the #1 seed in the regular season. Just because they had a bad playoffs just means they sucked at that one patch. That doesn't mean they're still not the best, most talented team in Europe, and I think they're going to prove that anyway. But especially if they're making improvements to the team in terms of the coaching staff, improvements, what I do believe to be already the best team in the LEC, I think that can only make things better and better. So I think if you are Rogue, if you are Mad Lions, if you are Vitality, Fnatic, whoever, you should definitely be worried, definitely be scared of this G2 that I think and hope we are going to see in the summer split. And I think it's going to make Worlds a ton of fun because Mad Lions look pretty solid at MSI. Rogue is right there with them. And if we get that vintage G2 to come back, Europe can have a few very tough outs at this World Championships, and that would be a ton of fun and very exciting. But that is pretty much it for this video today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching. I would definitely appreciate if you did drop a like on this video. It helps me out the YouTube algorithm so much. Leave a comment down below. You think this is a big pickup for G2? Do you think a strategic coach probably won't even be able to make that much of a difference? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!